Baboon got my bag. Welcome to Hell's Gate National Park. Hey zebra, you don't belong in a tree. It's dusty out here. Oh my gosh. So, shout out to my brother Joe for giving me sunscreen for Christmas. I don't know if anybody told you, but Africa's super hot. It's amazing. So Hell's Gate, it's about an hour and a half, 90 minutes outside of Nairobi. It's home to a bunch of different animals. It's home to what's known as the Rothschild giraffes or the Ugandan giraffes. They're actually an endangered species. There's only about 1,100 to 2,000 of them left in the wild. A lot of them are in conserved areas just like this. And then the other really interesting thing about this park is it's home to geothermal power plants and power stations. And it was actually the first geothermal power to get put into Africa back in the 80s. And there's 6 Mzungu, that's what they call white people in East Africa. So it's now home to 6 geothermal plants, and it powers, I've read, about 35% of the homes in Kenya come from the geothermal that's produced in this park. So there's some geysers, there's some hot springs, and some places to check out as well. So a lot going on in this park. I don't know if we're gonna get to everything. We'll see. Let's get back on the bike. Switching lenses and everything was just way too much work, so hopefully this is going to be good enough.
Plot twist. It wasn't. So at this part of the journey, I'm learning a couple of things. One, there's a lot of downhill at the beginning, which means there's going to be a whole bunch of uphill. And I probably did not bring enough water for how sunny and hot this day is. I brought about 1 liter with me. I thought I would be good, but we'll find out later that I probably should have brought more. The other really interesting thing about this park is that it actually used to be an old obsidian mine. So there were just pieces of obsidian all over the park. And later I would talk to a Maasai person, and they would tell me that, you know, it was used for spears and knives and different things. And there were some pretty big chunks throughout the park that were just pretty cool. I'd never seen anything, you know, that abundant or that large before.
All right, so I was hoping to make it down to the geysers, but they're still like another 8K away, and I'm already like 8K in.
Starting to realize just how hot it is and just how big this park is, and I gotta pick and choose where I'm gonna go. So I decided to head down to this ranger station, which is where I met Daniel. So Daniel was very interesting. He was a member of the Maasai tribe and lived just outside of Hell's Gate, and here he's walking me up to show me a guest house that he's building just outside of Hell's Gate that can be used for for guests and visitors and tourists. And he also wants to attach a kind of a museum to it. And he told me about a exhibition he had done in Belgium, and he was trying to get another exhibition going. So he was actually quite curious to meet a photographer and invited me to come stay at the guest house. He told me some really cool things. It was Daniel who told me about the obsidian, and also he had told me that just recently they'd had a large ceremony for the circumcision of 2 tribe members to basically enter them into the tribe and manhood, and hopefully I'll get to meet with him again and he can explain this a bit more. But I asked him how old the boys were, and he said they were 17, which is just, you know, pretty wild and different set of customs. He said there was over 10,000 people that participated in this ceremony, and that would have been really cool to capture. But we will hopefully reconnect and do some more things, because Daniel was really great and super helpful, and I was very, very grateful to have the chance to meet and walk with him. So I've stumbled upon some giraffes here, and I've found a nice little tree to hide under and get some stability for my camera. I also decided for the first time to use the ×2 teleconverter for my camera, which you'll see in the next clip was able to punch me in a little bit closer. And the thing I just am so appreciative here is just, you know, how accessible these animals are. You know, we have national parks in Canada and around the world, but the size of the mammals in these parks and just how slowly they move and how easy they are to track just makes this, you know, an experience that's unlike any experience I've ever had anywhere else in the world. So I'm just very grateful for that. I also am, you know, I don't know a ton about giraffes. I'm learning more about them. The Rothschild giraffes got that nickname by just some of the conservation efforts that someone in the Rothschilds family did for them through Uganda and Kenya.
Whew. Man, I'm not gonna lie, this heat is no joke. Paved road for a bit. We're on our way up to this viewpoint. I think I still have about 10 kilometers to go on the day. So a little bit of work to do, and I mean, this is a luxury right now, but these dirt roads are pretty tricky on this bike. So we're gonna keep trucking. Still got about 1.5 kilometers to the peak at the viewpoint, and hopefully it's mostly downhill from there, because climbing in the middle of the day when you're close to the equator is woo! Steven Sanderson, I'm coming for you, buddy. Oh my God, 3 kilometers straight up in the heat of the day.
At this point, I was honestly just so happy to be at the top of the hill. I didn't even have time to get good footage. That climb was tough.
Oh my God.
So right as I get to the bottom of this hill, my chain comes off and I get stuck. So luckily there's these guys, some tour operators with a bus. They had some wrenches. I was able to pop the tire off, get the chain out, and then these little guys show up. So I'm following the baboons a bit, and I'm trying to get them in position with the spire behind them, because the sun's setting and the light is finally starting to look kind of nice. It was sort of hard to take photos all day because it was just such harsh, hard light. I wasn't able to get there till late in the day. So I actually ended up getting some pretty decent little shots here. You know, I'm not that upset with this. But then what I did was I wanted to go over and utilize the light. So I kind of like walked away for a little bit and got into this tree to take some more photos. And then I was starting to walk back and...
All right, so I'm walking back over to my bike and my bag, and you have to watch out. And
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh, he is! He's trying to get it! No! Hey! Shh. Oh, fuck! Okay, Baboon got my bag. Fuck. Alright, that little... Oh, that son of... Okay, all he got was a bag of chips. But I got all my shit back. I would have been getting out of here with no shirt. I got it all back. So what I was trying to say was I left it very strategically underneath my bike so that I thought they wouldn't pull it out, but I stand corrected. My trick did not work. Keep your bag with you. All right, well, the sun is setting on a beautiful day in Lake Navasha. What a wild ride. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna be doing as many activities, as many adventures, as many crazy situations as I can get myself into, and follow along. Like, it's gonna be 3 months of absolute good times. Cheers.